Welcome back, and we're going to talk about the Peak bot trading the Iron Condor. I am using Schwab Thinkorswim for this, so we're going to look at the platform there. If you don't use it, I'm learned some stuff about it this week. I did I did get flagged for pattern day trading with this. Part of that's going to be my fault. Part of it's the bot, and part of it's Schwab's fault. It's all been fixed, so hopefully that won't be an issue again. And Schwab made the mistake because I didn't reach the limit, but I was very close. So we'll look at how that happened, and we'll see what the results are for the week, and then we'll be reviewing this monthly along with the other bots that I review monthly to see the profits from that. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run back and we're just going to go 30 days. And what you'll see is on the 24th here on this is the just all the transactions. And there's some different views we can look at, but this is pretty easy. So 24th, the money went in. Now I did make a mistake down here, right here. I traded from the wrong account. I did sell a put on SoundHound for $248. It's a nice put. SoundHound did drop down. It was at 22. Completely different story. But I'll be selling the call on that and clearing it out so it's a little more easy to track monthly because I kind of did make a mistake on that on my own. But so starting with 5,000, and I'm just trading one contract. I will add that or raise that once I'm more comfortable with this bot. So the first day the bot traded was the 27th here, and it sold one Iron Condor for $111. But what we're going to see here is it straddles the 25 delta. So it was at a 523 to 524 on QQQ, and then it was a 515, 510. It's supposed to do a $1 spread so that you're risking $100 on either direction. The problem with this is, for whatever reason, the liquidity providers changed on QQQ, made it $5 steps between, I think, 505 and 520. I don't know why they do that necessarily, but that's what they did. So it opened up a $5 step there. That's part of the reason why it's $111 as opposed to the smaller numbers. But I immediately closed it. I didn't want to risk on the first day of trading. I didn't want to risk it. So I closed it the same day. You can see it opened at noon Eastern time. I closed it at 2:42. So 2 hours, 42 minutes. And I paid $77 to close it, which gave us a profit of 28.72 for the day. I'm purely good. I'm fine with the profit. As it turns out, if I'd let it run out, it would have expired worthless, or we would have bought it back. But it did not go into the money on either one of those, so we would have made more. But so be it. Um, so the next thing on the 30th, sold another Iron Condor. I switched it over to SPY because QQQ still had the $5 spreads and I didn't want to get caught on that. And we sold it for $45. And we're going to skip the 248 that I made in the meantime. A little bit of interest. But so here's that's the 30th, and then we sold that $45 one back for $5 on one and 23 on the other, so 28. Let me pull up my calculator real quick. And obviously there's some fees in there, but basically 45 minus 5 minus 23, $28 is $17 profit. And just to get an idea, if we're making $17 every day, multiply that by 21 trading days a month, that's $357 average in the month. We're not always going to make that. We'll see what it really does. I know it's going to have losing days, but that would be 7% a month if it were to hit that every day. Once again, I'm not holding my breath that that's what it's going to hit every day. I'm just saying Those are the numbers. So we had that 17 plus, what did I say earlier? 28. That was that 28 was that the fees right here. So I guess I could add those fees in the $1.30 fees to close it out. Next trade is where we kind of ran into some issues. This actually made the order on the first, which was a holiday, New Year's Day, and it executed initially. What you'll see is for some reason it executed that trade. When I look at the other screen, it shows the order was made, but it executed that at market open 9:30, sold the Iron Condor for $54, and it closes each leg individually. So it closed out at 10:06 for $4, which is perfect. That's what we want. The problem is that is one day trade. Each leg, if you open an Iron Condor, I found out each closing leg, if you close each leg separately, is its own day trade. So I had 1, 2, and 3 day trades right in that week period. So it closed it out for $4 and it closed out the other side of that for $5. So what that did is basically $54 minus 9 and of course the fees gets us at $45 minus fees. I'll get you a complete total from our side over here, but that was another day. Now, it also opened up its normal noon. So we go to noon is when it opens the Iron Condor. It opens normal noon Iron Condor for $33 and did exactly what it's supposed to the next day. Closed them both out for $5 each. So another $23 on that day. And then it opened at noon on the 3rd, an Iron Condor for $42, and that is currently open. And then I did get assigned Soundhound for 4,400. Once again, that expired, and I got assigned the shares. I could sell those right now if I remember correctly. It's at like 2050, and I think I made a buck 30 on each share. So I'd be real close to I could close it for a break even. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sell the covered call on those like I normally would. It just kind of screwed up my math. But if what we do, if we to go figure out what this did for the week, if we take this number here, 357.21, and I need to subtract my profit here, which was 248, we'll call it 249.34 because there were some fees. This week in the Iron Condor, now there were some holidays and some errors and stuff, but it profited $107 in the week. And that's trading one contract. Of course, I can trade more. This account could definitely handle more, but I wanted to see how it ran and make sure everything worked right. So out of a $5,000 account, it made 107.87. So 107.87 divided by 5,000 brings us to 2% for the week. So just on one contract, risking $100 a day. And I do say 100, but keep in mind that really when you sell it for 45, theoretically, if everything works right, the most you're buying that back for is going to be $5 on one and $100 on the other if it closes out, because it is designed to close it out when it reaches a $5 value and buy it back to avoid assignment. So theoretically, you're only risking your 45 minus the 100 basically. So I'm actually already paid 45, so I'm risking 55 that day out of the initial amount. So that was a quick view of a 1 week results running the PeakBot. There is a link down below. I don't have an affiliate link for it, but if you're interested, I'm running that on Schwab Thinkorswim. There are some other brokers that it runs on. I haven't used those yet. One thing about Schwab is you do have to go in every week and connect your PeakBot to the Schwab account. It takes about 30 seconds, but it is something you have to manually do every week. So that's maybe not ideal for some people, but at the same time, it doesn't just drain your account if something's not working and you're not paying attention. If you're interested in the setup on the Iron Condor, do me a favor, watch my initial video. I'll throw a link in up there, and I'll catch you on the next one.